Hello. Welcome to another video from our channel. Here you will have tips and information on how to stay strong and healthy both physically and mentally, increasing your disposition, your stamina, and your immunity. Together we will be unveiling the secrets of how to benefit from everything that nature provides us to achieve our goal of enjoying a healthy life. Stroke was the leading cause of death in Brazil in 2022. More than 300 deaths occurred every day. About 500,000 Brazilians are diagnosed with stroke each year. A stroke can affect memory, language, movement, or coordination. Stroke is a major disruption in the lives of you and your family members, as it is the leading cause of preventable disability worldwide. But there is something you don't know. Most spills are silent. Is a silent stroke different from a normal stroke? Clearly. That's what today's video is about. Most strokes are ischemic, with 85% of them occurring when an artery blocks oxygen and nutrient-rich blood from reaching the brain. Symptoms can vary depending on the width of the artery and the location of the blockage. Only one thing does not change without treatment. Given a frame, the area of the brain where the event occurred is killed. Therefore, you cannot sit back and wait for time to pass and your symptoms to improve when every second counts in a stroke. First, because atypical symptoms, or symptoms that people may consider mild, can develop quickly with more extensive damage and greater consequences. Second, since multiple small strokes are a common cause of dementia, it is very important to be able to recognize the symptoms. It is also important not to forget one basic rule. People who have had a stroke should be taken to an emergency room immediately. The sooner a person receives proper treatment, the better the outcome. But how do you know if a person has had a stroke? The first characteristic is that the symptoms appear from 1 hour to another. Soon the person felt nothing and suddenly begins to feel pain. Any symptoms that appear within seconds or minutes should be red flags. What are the classic symptoms? Changes in sensation, numbness in the arms, hands, face, and weakness on one side of the body. Difficulty speaking, slurred speech, loss of vision, especially when affecting the occipital region. A crooked smile, a severe headache. Difficulty swallowing, dizziness and imbalance. And how to recognize the classic symptoms. Remember the word shame. S is for smile. Make that person smile and look at you. Your mouth is unusual. One side does not smile or half the face is paralyzed. She collapsed with a crooked smile. H is for hug. Ask the person to give you a hug or raise their arms. One of them is weak. That can't happen, that's a problem. M is for music. Ask the person to sing a song or repeat a simple phrase. E is for emergency. If you notice any of these symptoms, call or go to the emergency room as soon as possible. Do not wait, every minute is precious. Therefore, pay attention to the following 10 symptoms that may indicate a silent stroke. 10th, drowsiness. Drowsiness associated with a stroke often comes on suddenly and without warning. Unlike normal fatigue caused by lack of sleep or overexertion, it builds up gradually over time. Splashing cold water on the face or walking around does not improve drowsiness. No matter how hard you try to wake up, they can fall asleep even during a conversation. 9th, nausea and vomiting. When nausea occurs as a sign of a stroke, it occurs suddenly and can usually be associated with dizziness or vertigo, when you see everything spinning. Unlike, for example, nausea caused by rotavirus problems, there is usually no abdominal pain, diarrhea, or slimy stools. 8. Seizures. Some stroke cases have seizures, which are generalized motor tremors associated with loss of consciousness. If an adult who has never been diagnosed with epilepsy has seizures for no apparent reason, he or she should be taken to the hospital immediately because it could be a stroke. 7th, Hiccups. In this case, hiccups usually last for hours or days for no apparent reason. If the hiccups are accompanied by other symptoms, such as numbness or problems with coordination, you should go to the emergency room. Sixth, pain. One of the rare symptoms of a stroke is pain. A person may experience pain, for example, in the face, half of the body or limbs. The pain can be intermittent, transient, or persistent and can be a sign of other debilitating stroke symptoms such as hemiplegia, which is loss of strength in a limb. Strokes can also cause headaches due to increased pressure in the skull and neck, stiffness associated with movement limitations. Fifth, syncope. Syncope is a common symptom of a stroke that can easily go unnoticed. Stroke-related syncope can be difficult to diagnose because the symptoms often resemble those caused by other medical conditions, such as low blood pressure or dehydration. That's why doctors recommend seeking immediate medical attention if you feel weak for no apparent reason, especially if you have risk factors for stroke like high cholesterol and diabetes. Fourth, memory lapses. Memory loss is a common symptom of a stroke, but in some cases it can be the only symptom. Symptoms range from mild forgetfulness to more severe forms such as anterograde amnesia, the inability to form new memories after a stroke. Third, dizziness. Dizziness is an often overlooked stroke symptom. The sudden onset of dizziness should not be ignored and may indicate the presence of a stroke. Second, disorientation. Confusion or difficulty navigating time and place, such as forgetting where you are or what day of the week you are on, also leads directly to short-term memory loss. Many patients come in with memory loss, and a CT scan of the skull may reveal evidence of an older small stroke. Detecting the first hit could have prevented all the other hits. First, neuropsychiatric symptoms. There are reports of patients who have symptoms compatible with bipolar disorder or even psychotic rest as the only symptom of stroke. These cases should be suspected if the psychotic condition develops suddenly, especially in older patients who do not fit the profile of most people with this disease. Symptoms of paranoia and visual hallucinations have been reported. And now, what are the top 7 causes of stroke? First, high blood pressure. High blood pressure alone increases the risk of stroke 2 to 4 times. Second, heart disease. Cardiac arrhythmia. The main arrhythmia that causes a stroke is atrial fibrillation. More than 2 million Brazilians suffer from atrial fibrillation. And we know that atrial fibrillation increases the risk of stroke by up to 6 times. Therefore, most cases of atrial fibrillation are treated with anticoagulants. But can atrial fibrillation alone cause a stroke? No. Heart valve defects occur when the heart enlarges or weakens, the inside of the heart enlarges and a blood clot forms, which can rupture again and block an artery in the brain. And other heart conditions such as FOP, patent foramen ovale, which can increase the risk of stroke. Third, atherosclerosis. This is the buildup of plaque in an artery, such as the carotid artery or the artery that supplies blood to the brain. Wednesday, smoking. Smoking doubles the risk of ischemic stroke and up to 4 times the risk of hemorrhagic stroke. That's because lighting a cigarette increases the risk of atherosclerosis and plaque rupture, as well as the risk of thrombosis. Thursday, diabetes. Yes, high blood sugar damages blood vessels throughout the body, including in the brain. Sixth, high cholesterol. Both high LDL, the bad cholesterol, and low HDL, the good cholesterol, increase the risk of stroke. Seventh, sedentarism and obesity. Physical inactivity and obesity are linked to high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart disease. Thus, the risk of stroke increases. And what is the cure for stroke? Treatment depends on the type of stroke and the stage of the disease. Quit smoking, maintain a healthy weight, eat a balanced diet rich in fruits and vegetables, and control your cholesterol, glucose, and blood pressure. And then? Did you like this content? Was it relevant? Added more value and knowledge? Post here in the comments and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you don't miss any notifications. Share with friends and relatives so that more people have access to this content. Leave your like, so YouTube understands that this information is relevant and makes it reach more people, so that everyone enjoys more health. Live a full life, face your challenges with faith, eat right, move with joy and walk hand in hand with happiness. Until the next video.